Hey, bye, Disliker. Bye, Disliker. Hey, dummy!
Why are you so mean?
You know that's not a video game, right?
I'm playing NBA 2K14.
That's a real NBA game.
No, the graphics are just really good, okay?
Well, you should react to My Little Dashie, the mini-movie.
No, I have other stuff planned, alright?
Black 8 Feet and JT Pony did a collab for it.
What? Well, I have to do it. I know I'm sitting in a different spot than usual, but it's still the same disreact. Hope you enjoyed my little start there. I wasn't really expecting to do this today either, but you know what? Black 8 Feet and JT Pony did a collab. I kind of want to watch their collab. Yeah. And, well, I was going to react to this anyway, but this just jumped ahead in my schedule. So, I'm doing this right now. So yeah, we're going to watch My Little Dashie, the mini-movie. By Storm XF3. This guy's very, very, very talented, and I heard that this was well received, so I'm looking forward to it for sure. And I hope I love it. I hope it's great. And just in case, I got tissues. I might need these. I might seriously need these. They're right there. Right there. Just in case. Okay. Here we go. My Little Dashie, the mini-movie. 3, 2, 1, go.
The daily struggles I go through outweigh the small moments of joy I have.
I already like his voice.
My Little Pony has helped, but it's still just another thing to give my hopes up on. Every time I see the show or one of the ponies on a fan site, I recoil a little bit.
Dude.
The bright colors, the joyful faces of the ponies.
I am going to turn into a total sob right now.
It's so hard
I've
to
heard
look
this
at that beautiful
openings
having it so close
so
to
many
my breast.
times. Hey, look. I'm shaking.
Only to be stopped by my computer screen.
Yeah. I feel you, bro. I feel you.
When I feel sad, I walk. When I feel tired, I walk. When I feel like walking, I walk. Walking has become my second life in a sense. I spend at least half my day outside along the crumbling sidewalks and decaying suburbs. I live my life one day at a time. A good portion of those days are uneventful, always falling into the same routine. I wake up, walk to work.
I'm sorry. I'm just
walk home.
so sad right now.
I'm around until I go to bed.
I know.
Sometimes I'll hang with my few friends.
This is very sad.
While other times I'll just play video games or
Mario
watch
Galaxy.
Pony Friendship is Magic. Living in a dying city isn't very fun or interesting.
That relates to me even more.
This city
I'm a
was
pretty big
once
Nintendo
full
fan,
of
but
life and color.
yeah.
But now most of the houses are sagging.
Jeez.
The businesses sit empty and abandoned. And
This
the open
dude took a
fields
lot of
lie
work.
barren of the once great factories that helped drive the local economy. I never saw the city during those times, but I have seen pictures. My mother started painting once everything crumbled beneath her feet,
The narrator's
making the sad
very
scenery
talented.
before her look beautiful. Her masterpiece is of an open field that yielded to a parking garage, and over it she drew this amazing rainbow. It's by far my favorite picture. And I guess that's why I like Rainbow Dash the most out of all the other ponies. Her colors, the amazing
Rainbow
summer
Dash does
rain.
have nice colors.
All of that reminds me of her picture. Today, as usual, I had walked to work. It was the same shit, just a different day. I watched the same people come into the store, grab their merchandise, pay for it, and then walk out with bags in tow. Now, living in this area, I see trash all the time. Boxes and plastic bags littered the streets and empty fields. Rarely would I see a cardboard box that isn't crushed.
I think this was a
fan
fanfic that got me into fanfiction again.
Sitting there, sad and
after a long
alone,
absence.
among the broken concrete and overgrown grass. It doesn't move.
First
or stand
fanfic
out
that I
as
took
if it were
that seriously
special.
in years.
It's just an ordinary brown cardboard box. Inside is a sleeping, Philly Rainbow Dash. There is not a physical or a mental or extraterrestrial way how this could be here. How she could be here. In
So
my
we're now
own
going to see
dark
the...
and horrible world. The very first thought that runs through my mind, besides the initial Philly Rainbow Dash in a box, is who in the world would give up a Philly Rainbow Dash? My heart explodes. Twice. I have not smiled like this in years.
Not sure how I feel about them not showing the narrator's
What are
face.
you doing out here? I am so not sure how to handle this situation. Do I take her home? Do I call
I
somebody?
mean, it's an
Who would I
interesting
even
take,
call?
that's for sure.
She would probably be taken off to some lab and experimented on. Honestly, I only have one choice here. She has no clue what's going on, where she is, who
I'm still
I am,
shaking.
or anything else. She's beyond the word lost. She's misplaced. Right now, there is nothing else that matters to me. My despair, my sore feet, and painful heart all go unnoticed, as nothing else can come remotely close to the feeling I have right now. This joy that I'm experiencing at this moment as I lay awake on my couch. She is here. She is real. Right now, she's my little pony. She's my little Dashie. It's only been about 4 months since I brought the young Rainbow Dash into my home. I did what little research I could on the matter, but I've come to no conclusions. I really have no idea why she's here.
MLP
Quite
real
frankly, I don't care. These few months with her have been
That's
the
like
most
little
amazing
self-promotion
time of my life.
inside of your own video.
She has opened my heart up to love and joy, amongst other things.
Huh.
Right now, she sits next to me on the couch as I watch TV.
Got to see part of his
She
face.
seems to enjoy the morning cartoons on the local stations, and I've kind of come to enjoy them too. She acts a lot like a young kid would, but then again, why wouldn't she? Another amazing thing is she's
I'm being
learning to
super
talk.
lazy today,
Now,
which
I'm
just
not much of a
means
teacher,
being
or
lazy
for
with a
that matter,
cape.
parent, but I'm doing my best to help her learn to speak and read. I've decided, since I actually don't know her actual birth date, I'm going to make the day I found her her birthday, September the 17th. And oddly enough, that's the very same day that the second season of My Little Pony aired last year. I quit watching the show after Dashie came into my life. There was no reason for me to continue. And honestly, I don't have a lot of time to myself anymore. She's able to fully communicate with me now, as well as read English. And she's even started
that's too
to
good,
learn how
man.
to write with, you guessed it, her mouth. I did try to invent some things for her hoof so she could write, but it seems writing with her mouth is more natural than moving her hoof around. One thing that troubles me with her, though, every day she sits at a window looking outside. I'm not worried about her being seen by passerbys. I live on a dead-end street, so that's the least of my worries. Still, though she hasn't said anything to me yet, I can see the hunger for fresh air in her eyes.
Oh my goodness.
I really can't
It's got
keep
a
her
New
here
York
her
State
entire life.
t-shirt.
I
Are you
keep talking
kidding?
like she's going to be here forever. I know that isn't true.
You're kidding. I live in
One
New
day,
York.
Someday, she'll return home. Whether that's a simple poof and she's gone, or perhaps through some other means. In my heart, I hope that never happens. But in my head, I know it will. It's just a matter of when. I do hope to get her outside sometime soon. I've been checking out some of the abandoned lots and former parks on my walks to and from work, seeing where the best location would be to take her. Funnily enough, it seems the field that I played at growing up was the best option. So that's when I decided I shall take her to the field. But how will I get her there? She's still relatively small, so I can hide her inside a jacket or something. And tomorrow's supposed to be a nice day anyway. I've been taking her to that old field for weeks in hopes that I could help her learn how to fly. There's this large tree there with branches sticking out over a grassy terrace.
This dude is so
perfect spot for her to
talented.
practice.
Actually,
If she
all
falls
these people
and
that
I can't
worked
catch
on
her,
it.
at least she'll have something remotely safe to land on. She fell a lot, and I knew she would. There were many scrapes, cuts, and bruises towards her goal, but finally, after many weeks of work, she did it. She flew. Now, it was only a short distance, about 50 feet or so, but still, she did it. She's a little scraped up, but she's beaming with pride.
I wonder if we're gonna hear
Another
her
thing
voice.
that had been brought to my attention. She asked me about having her own room, and I got to thinking and realized the house does have a spare bedroom, though my parents had filled it with my old school stuff from my younger years, as well as several of my old toys. You know, she might enjoy them. Though she is getting older, I'm not sure how entertaining they'd be for her. But if she has her own room, I can get her own things, so that she can feel somewhat normal. She is pretty smart for a filly and knows the difference between our species. However, she still knows nothing about her origin. She's just not ready yet. The only thing I can
Those
do
cinematic
is keep her
takes were
happy.
just perfect.
Today is a day for celebration. For today, my little Dashie got her cutie mark. She didn't even know what it was until I had explained it to her. Now she's even more ecstatic than before. It was just a normal field outing, but this time she decided she wanted to see how high she could get in an attempt to gain speed from the fall. All the right things factored for her, how she positioned herself, her mental focus, and possibly me on the ground watching and cheering. But she did it. I knew
the
we
Sonic
could do the
Ray
sound
move.
barrier, but to actually do the Rainbow Part 2, my mind was blown. So the initial explosion caused a ton of broken windows and set off car alarms in the next county. We rushed home before anyone could arrive at the field. I was lucky, none of my windows were broken. Though that was her highlight of the day, mine was just moments ago. She has now come accustomed to sleeping in her own room versus with me out on the couch. Now I can sleep in my own bed once more. But I do keep the door unlocked, so if she needs me, she can come get me. I had just tucked her into bed and told her good night when she said it.
Good night, Daddy. I love you.
Good night, my little Dashie. For the first time, not only did she call me Daddy, which she has done on occasion, but she even said, I love you. I haven't heard for an hour now. I am so lost in thought. The few times she has called me Daddy, I didn't think anything of
Cuteness
it.
overload.
I could picture why she called me that. Being with her so much has made me accept it as part of taking care of her. But tonight, when she said those 3 words, the realization finally sank into my heart. I am her daddy, and quite frankly, I consider her my daughter. I think I've finally done it. I have broken my hard shell that had formed when my parents died. I brought a sweet little filly into my life.
This story's not
I gave
fair.
her a home to live in.
This story is
food to
not
eat,
fair.
And now a daddy to love. She has given me hope, love, compassion, and now something I thought I'd never utter. A daughter. I believe Dashie is now at her full size, rounding in at about 3 feet tall. She's fully grown. Though she's only 10 years old according to my math, I believe she's actually closer to 14 or 15 in actual years. So we celebrated 5 missed birthdays. I got a new job, one that pays much more than my old one. Dashie even talked about getting a job, but then she remembered what I told her.
Dashie.
The look on her face was heartbreaking. Luckily, I have a way to fix this. Due to the sheer size of the property, It involves a lot of cutting of grass. Tomorrow, I'll modify a lawnmower for her to use so that she can have a job. I'll even pay her so that she can buy her own stuff if she wants. According to the show, she was a weather pony, and I don't have her mess with Mother Nature unless it's a dire emergency, so there really isn't any job there for her. I don't know when, but I have the sudden feeling our time together is running out. All of this has been too good to be true.
Even just
Today
a moment
has to be the worst
would
time
be
of my life, even more than when
too
my
be
parents
true.
died. Dashie found out the truth before I could tell her myself. I remember I walked in from work with some groceries, set them in the kitchen, and walked into the living room.
I'm
That's when I saw
terrified of the look of on it.
My
your
heart
face.
sank. I knew that episode.
How long? How long have you known about this? How long have you known about this?
I sat down, turned off the television, and told her everything. I told her about the show, finding her, and answered any other questions she had for me. After our argument, she flew upstairs into her bedroom and slammed the door shut. An hour later, I went to check on her, but no response told me she'd flown off. I can only hope that she comes back. Or at least, if she doesn't, she stays away from any other people. All I can say to her at this point is that I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
For this,
It's been
seen
3
it,
days since Dashie left.
heard it
The night of her
everything.
departure, I did something
Five-
I hadn't done in a very long time.
5, 6, 7
I went for a
times.
walk. I wasn't sure where I was going or how long I walked, but that's what I did. It's 3 days later, and I'm finding myself out here walking once again.
And this is real. The emotion is real.
Good night, Daddy. I love you.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
This is
I am so sorry.
this isn't fair. You could use a tissue too, huh?
I heard you. And I'm sorry too.
Dashie, you have nothing to be sorry about. This is my fault. Simple as that.
Dad, do you still love me?
Of course, Dashie. I've always loved you. I still love you, no matter what. Not even a small fight such as ours could ever change that. With some time, I'm sure she'll relax and settle down about her being in the cartoon. She is a smart mare.
My
I
eyes are
know
getting
she's
heavy.
real, not that made-up cartoon pony from the show. I can only help to push
Really
her
heavy.
into believing that, and hope that she'll do the same for me. There is a point in every parent's life when they have to let their child go. On her 20th birthday, I had planned a special outing to go see a flight show. As we prepared to leave, there was a knocking at the door. Dash, go to your room. I'll be a moment. When I first saw the figure standing on my porch, I wasn't sure if I was dreaming or hallucinating. She stood there another second looking at me.
This is
I'm quite surprised. I had expected a little more resistance to us entering.
Why? I know who you all are.
Ah, so you do know then.
That you are fictional characters from a children's TV show? Then yeah. Otherwise, why you're all here? I have no idea.
Oh, I think you do know.
My heart fell into the pits of my stomach. And she was straight to the point about it.
Excuse me, sir. But from what we could figure out, Rainbow Dash should be here. Is she?
Yeah, she's upstairs in her room.
Her room?
Yeah, Dashie's in her room. I wasn't sure who was knocking, and I didn't want her to be spotted.
Dashie? My. You're that friendly with her already?
I wanted to punch that pony so hard right then. How she had responded.
Friendly? That's not even the beginning of it. And I should be asking you ponies about what the hell you did.
You see, my student...
I know who she is. Would you just cut to the chase?
Yes, of course. She was working on a spell to help the weather team with storm development. They had ended up making a slightly too large storm, and when Twilight had attempted to use her magic to dispel it, it shot a lightning bolt out to meet her horn. Rainbow Dash was unfortunate enough to be within reach of the blast, and it engulfed her. It sent her to here. We have arrived to retrieve her. Simple enough, I would imagine.
Dad? Is everything all right?
It was in that second that my heart stopped beating.
Excuse me, Sugar Cube. Did I just hear Rainbow call you Dad? Do you care to explain?
There was only one thing I could do, and I had to do it. But I knew I wouldn't like it.
Dad?
Yeah, Dashie, I'm coming up.
Breathe. Breathe.
Dashie! Hey, get away from me!
You don't recognize me, do you?
No, or any of you!
Dashie, take a seat, please, so I can talk to them. How long ago was she sent over here?
About 15 days ago. Why?
Well, it's been a lot more time than that here.
How long?
15 years.
That don't explain why she don't know us.
Well, that's the thing. When I found her, she was just a filly.
Come again?
From my math, I think she was no older than 4 or 5 years old.
You mean to tell us that you've been taking care of Rainbow Dash for 15 years? Since she was a small filly?
She is... I know it's not true.
I think I understand the reason behind why Rainbow Dash had called you Dad.
So, what's supposed to happen now?
Well, it's quite simple. Twilight, do you still remember that memory spell from the Discord incident?
I knew what was going on, what Celestia had in mind. She wanted Twilight to either erase Dash's memories or start from anew. No, please wait. Just give me a moment with her, please. It's all I ask, since this is the last time we'll see each other. Dashie,
This happened so fast.
I love you with all my heart.
This
You have done wonders to open me up.
was just so fast.
You have brought me so much joy in my life. I can't possibly ever thank you for it all. These 15 years we have had together, talking, playing, flying, all those have been so special to me. I just wanted you to know that
You deserve the tissue, man.
if
You
there's
deserve
ever a
it.
problem that happens and you need me, don't hesitate to find a way to get me, okay?
Do I have to go, Daddy?
It's your actual home, Dashie. You don't belong here.
But I belong here! With you!
You have no friends or other ponies.
They
to
took
rely
that
on.
image
I was only
and
taking care
animated
of you until this
around
time
it.
would come. But I
I-
never thought it would be this painful.
Is that the same image I saw before?
And I love you too, my little Dashie. I knew it
can't-
was coming, and It hurt so much, but I knew it was right. It was what had to happen for her friends, and in a twisted way for me.
This is...
Wait, before I go, I want to get something.
I missed that time. There's a garbage can over there.
I knew she had realized this is how it must end. The box, from my guessing, was probably her most cherished items. Though it hurt me to think about it, I hoped she had a picture of us in there.
I'm so sorry, Rainbow Dash. I honestly wish there was another way to do this.
Just how could I blame anybody for sending Rainbow Dash here? I wish to thank you, Twilight, and the rest of you. Thank you for what you did, though not intentionally.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, darling, for caring for our Rainbow Dash. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you ready now, Rainbow?
It's just not fair. I don't know whether I like this or hate this. Probably like, but
Dad, for 15 years you took care of me. For 15 years you loved me, played with me, and made sure I enjoyed my life in a world not meant to house me. I'm not a mayor of many words, but even though I told you this in person, I felt you needed a written version of it so you will know it was all real. I love you, Daddy. You helped shape me into the mayor I am now. I'm not sure what's going to happen, if I will remember any of this or not, but I want you to know that you did a darn good job of raising me, even if I was a bit stubborn at times and short with you during others. With Celestia's permission, I hope to allow you to keep our photos, our memories, with you so that you will never forget. Again, I love you, and thank you. Your little daughter always. Your little Dashie forever. Rainbow Dash.
dude. This was so good. For real. Like, I'm not saying it was perfect, but it was very, very good. All of these people are very talented, much more talented than I could ever be. They deserve all the credit. You guys worked so hard. You just are absolutely fantastic. And I'm super thankful for getting to watch this, getting to make this video, getting to be here with with you guys, and just wow, like immediately. Yeah. I was gonna throw in some jokes here, but I don't feel like doing that. This video is gonna take forever to render and upload and stuff, but oh well. It's worth it. Alright, guys. See you next time. Bye.